Hey there, everyone. Sorry about the technical difficulties that we've been having. It takes me a while for Illustrator to launch back up. I had to reboot the whole system. All right, I'm going to stop streaming because I can hear what's going on over here. Hold on one second. Oh, man. All right, it's amateur hour today, kids. Okay, welcome back to Jason Brown drawing Troll and Friends. I'm just going to start over again, and hopefully people are sticking with me here. Hopefully have some viewers. I had some technical difficulties when I started off at 1 o'clock. I guess the audio was crazy, made me sound like a chipmunk on meth. And my stylus, my Wacom stylus, wasn't having any pressure sensitivity. I moved over to my other system rather than doing it just on my MacBook. I moved over to my what should be a superior and faster computer, and I guess the driver was old, so it wasn't taking the pressure sensitivity from my stylus. So I did that. I guess I was also having audio problems that I didn't know about, but my phone was blowing up with texts from you guys watching, so that's great. And so I had to reboot the whole system, and it just took forever to get back on. But I think that we're ready to go. So without further ado, I will be drawing the Troll and Friends strip for tomorrow. Now, you missed the preamble that I had when I started off at 1 o'clock. This will be my last Troll and Friends live stream because I was thinking about it this weekend, and part of the benefit for my Patreon backers is that they get to see the strip a day early. But these creation videos, since I've started doing them, have come out a day early and they're public, and I feel that that's not fair to my backers. So I'll still be drawing this live, drawing Troll and Friends live, and posting it to my Patreon page a day early, but it's going to be on a private YouTube channel. All my backers can watch it starting at $1, but I didn't want them to feel cheated. So I'm going to keep these separate. The good news is that I will keep streaming, hopefully, knock on wood, every Monday and Wednesday at 1 p.m., but it won't be Troll and Friends. It'll be other art. I've got a bunch of illustration commissions in my queue. I've got personal art that I need to do. I need to make some stock for some art festivals and shows that are going on later in the summer. There's plenty of art to be made. It's just not going to be Troll and Friends on the public Twitch anymore after today. Does that make sense? Have I talked enough? Okay, so I'm going to hop back over here to the Illustrator screen, and it's what's it doing to me? All right. It brought up a recovered one. Alright. Sorry, guys. The crash made things go crazy. Alright, so we're here working on a file. I don't know why things keep popping up. Yeah, Illustrator, I've used you all the time. Stop it. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what the deal is. We got some gremlins in the works over here. I had to fire all my interns. It's a messy, messy day. That's not true. I don't have any interns, but I would like to shout out to Frank Galloway for that intern joke. Okay, we're going to switch this over here to the, why not? We'll do the painting window over here. We've got all of our, it's a little bit laid out a little bit differently than how I usually work, so I'm just going to adjust some of these palettes over here on the side. Let's see here. Get rid of that guy. We need swatches. We don't need a color guide. We need our brushes, and we need the frames. And I like to have the frames up on top. Okay, so as you know, we like to work with the blob brush. So I'm doing that. I can see, actually I have my MacBook off to the side now, so I can actually see the chat. Look over every once in a while, but I can also see my screen, and it's not showing any of the pull-down menus or the toolbar. It is showing the toolbar over on the side. Cool. All right, that's excellent. So this might be an improvement after all once we get the kinks worked out. But anyway, as always, we're going to be working on the blue line layer. So I'm going to lock everybody else, and we are going to pick a brush, and the brush options open up. See, it's not showing you guys that. I was hoping that you'd be able to see what my brush settings were, but it's just 5 and pressure set with a variation of 5. And we are going to make this a light blue. Come on now, what's going on? A light blue line. It's blocking out my swatches palette. There you go. I'll get this color out of the way. We can see my swatches palette. All right. Cross your fingers, everybody. We're gonna give this a try now. The I hinted last time in the last video that I voted last Tuesday and had kind of a silly encounter, like more in my head than anything, but we'll see how it goes. Basically, the nice senior citizen lady, the volunteer poll worker, had a hearing aid in, and when I sat down and was showing her information to confirm my residency, because I've moved to a new county since the last voting cycle, her hearing aid just got all this crazy feedback in it, and immediately I jumped to like an undercover cop movie or something where the wire sets off feedback. So I told her, I'm like, it's because I'm wearing a wire, and we both had a good laugh. But yeah, so I'm going to try to translate that into into a strip here today. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I don't know why the screen just jumped like that. So we're going to start off by drawing a nice elderly poll worker. So we'll give her some big hair, reminiscent of Troll's beard, but upside down. All right. Seems like my seems like my pressure sensitivity is working. So the driver was the fix. There's some little square glasses, and again, I'm working on the blue line layer just as a general sketch layer for myself. And she's got to have this, you know, this doohickey in her ear. We'll get more of those things going. And I can clarify this more, yeah, in the ink layer. I'm just trying to get her general views down, her general look. And as I explained earlier in the video that wound up not working, I switched. Usually I do this on a Macintosh, and I usually work all the time on my MacBook. What is going on? And right now I'm working on a PC, so there's some slight keyboard command problems that maybe I'll run into. It's Control instead of Command, so it's just a different key on the keyboard, and we'll see how long it takes me to remember that. Hopefully not too much messing around. So there's the nice lady. I don't know why it has that one selected. Oh, see, there's all kinds of fun stuff like that when you get a Mac guy on a PC. All right, so she should be. What is happening? Stop it. She should be. This PC hates me. It's like, I'm just used to playing games. Why are you making me work? All right, so we can cover up her hair there. She's going to be saying, you know, Mr. Troll, welcome to the poll. Agents Approve ID. And then Troll, let's see. We can have her, what? Stop. We can have her smaller over here. And in fact, we can even, once we draw it in the first panel, we can steal it for the second panel. So I'm just going to drop all those. Troll is going to be here. Come on, Jay. Troll's going to be here. So there's his shoulders. Kind of the same view as you got last time, guys. Sorry. He'll have his ear going this way this time. Back of his neck and his collar on his shirt going like that. His beard floops out with those fun loops. Give him a little armpit action, and we'll stop it. We'll have his little hat off this side. And some room for copy up there. You know, we might not even need her. I can draw the first panel of hers and then copy and paste it into the second panel, knock it back into gray so she's kind of in the background, because a lot of copy is going to be going over her face anyway. And then in the final panel is going to be Troll flipping over the table like Wonder Woman. It's an inside joke for my Texas friends, especially Bradford. Hopefully he's still watching. He's one of the ones that texted me and said that my my audio was all screwed up before. So here's an action shot of Troll. He doesn't get a lot of action. You can tell by his girthiness. I think it needs to be more of an action shot. And a table flying. A little lady back here. Yeah, I'm just kind of working through this. Sorry you guys have to see me futz with this, but you know, it's, you get to kind of see how the real thing's made. I guess maybe I need to get the dialogue in and we can work it out a little bit more. She's going to be saying, you know, Mr. Troll, welcome to the polls. I just need a proof of ID for your new registration. And then the scree is going to be coming out of her earpiece, and he's going to panic and bolt for it. So let's get some copy in, I guess. So we get back over here to the layers. We're going to lock the blue line layer, get up here to the balloon layer, and get some of that copy in. I also had to install this font on my PC. So hopefully that'll work out okay. I'm just going to make some copy for her. We're going to caps lock it. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight that. Dang it! See that's the PC Mac guy coming in. I keep hitting the Windows button instead of Control, because that's what you need to do on the PC or on the Mac. You need to hit the command button, which is right where the Windows button is. All right, so I'm gonna select all of that. Change this to Kalabar, and 18 points. Yep. And then we go over here to the paragraph drop down, which I'm looking on my little other screen and it's not showing you guys, but under paragraph you can change off the hyphenation. I absolutely hate automatic hyphenation, but it happens. Okay, so let's just see. Welcome to the polls, Mr. Troll. I just need to see some proof of resident, and then I'm going to have screech coming out of her ear. And then Troll can be saying, oh my god, her hearing aid's giving her feedback. I bet she thinks I'm wearing a wire. And then he'll be bolting for the door. So sometimes you just need to work through this stuff mentally. This is an idea I had actually when this was actually happening to me. But I'm working through it right now, so you all get to suffer with me. So alright, so then Troll's thinking, oh my god, her hearing aid is getting feedback. I bet she thinks I'm wearing a wire. And of course we're going to have to adjust that so that it flows a little bit better. Yeah, that's okay. For now, you know, that'll work. And then the third panel, I'm happy right now, so what are we going to do? We're going to save it, because you always got to save it. It would be very, very sad. Especially all the technical difficulties I've been having today. I should save this every other pen stroke. Alright, I'm hopping back down to the blue line layer with my blob brush, and I want to zoom in and just work on how I want this to look. So I think instead of flipping over the table, you know, Troll's not a violent man, he's just going to be dashing for the door. So, oops, why are you black? We need you to be light blue. There's going to be, you know, just an exit over here. That's an awesome line, Troll. EXIT. And then we'll have like a poster on the wall that says vote today. I'll clean that up. TODA. Come on. So yeah, I'm having some problems here. I think Windows Ink app is trying to interfere with what's going on. That's all. That's the only thing I can think of. We'll have a table here and the lady behind it. Ooh. Right? And then, you know, that's all kind of secondary. And then just Troll bolting for the door is the punchline for what it's worth. So we'll get him in a little action shot here. Stop it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust some settings just before the next one, just to make sure this ink thing isn't trying to interfere with my drawing. But I still am getting a nice varied line there, so that's all right. So he's just going to be taken off this way. It's kind of a static thing. Hopefully we can make it look silly when we get it over to the ink layer. And his hat can be flying off. I need to adjust, while I'm thinking about it, I need to adjust the smoothness on the brush. You know, if you make kind of a janky line, Illustrator will smooth it out for you a little bit. And you can adjust the panel to how much fidelity you want it to be with the line that you drew. And it had been smoothing a little bit too much in my lines there. So, stop it. Ugh, this thing. Alright. The chair will be falling over backwards. Okay, so I think that we have enough. I think we have enough now for me to be able to go back in with the inks and really make this work, and you guys don't have to see me kind of fumbling around. But I don't know, maybe you think it's interesting watching the development of how my mind works, or how we're trying to visually tell this story in 3 short panels. I could have gone to 6 panels or something like that, but brevity is a real value when it when it comes to webcomics. Okay, I jump back over to the balloons layer because I want Troll to be saying, "You'll never take me alive, coppers." I think instead of coppers, it should say commie. In this political atmosphere, "You'll never take me alive, commie." And he's just bolting for the door. So I'm laughing. So at least I'm having a good time with it. All right, lock that layer back up. Blue line. I just want to go back over here to the blob brush, finish this hand in. I don't know why I keep switching to black, but whatever. It's on the blue line, so that's fine. All right, so we're gonna lock that blue line layer. We're gonna save this. Have a drink of water. It's just water. This machine does save a lot faster than the other one, I'll give it that. Okay, so we're going to go to the ink layer now. And we got to unlock that so that we can work on it, we are ready to start drawing. So I want to kind of get a little detailed with this hearing aid in her ear. And you can see that that brush is automatically smoothing itself, and I think it's doing it a little bit too much. I'm going to turn down the smoothness. Alright, and she'll have this loop, you know, it kind of just loops back into itself. I don't like how it fills up the points of those. See how it filled that one half with black? And it's already, that's down as accurate as it can go. So I'm just going to have to live with it, I think. There we go. That's better. Alright, and we will put her ear on here. That was a terrible tangent. I have a problem with tangents, as we all know. And the top of her ear there. This will straighten out a little bit when we take it into the color version. And then her hair, which is an upside down troll beard. For the most part. Okay. And then we want her forehead to be very wrinkly. These glasses. Alright, it's like we're running with ankle weights on today, everybody. Just trying to get this one in the can without making the Windows Ink app angry at us. Okay, so those are some nice jowls. Possibly the nicest jowls I've drawn this side of a pig-faced orc. Get her mouth going. She was a nice lady. I don't want her to look angry. She was very sweet. So maybe we can give her some little eyebrows sticking up there. And then her little cardigan. Give her some Rosie Bee Stinger pearls. A big fan of Acquisitions Incorporated, especially the C-Team. And if you don't know what that is, it's actually streaming Dungeons & Dragons game every Wednesday. We get together and just play D&D. What a time to be alive. I wish I had a resource like that back when I was a kid. Alright, so I'm going to save this. It's cool just to be able to see other Dungeon Masters, how they resolve issues and things like that. Alright, so she's the only thing we've got going on the ink layer right now, and this will be a good illustration of why we keep things on separate layers. So I'm going to just select all of her, and then group it together, which is Control-G. And I didn't hit the Windows button this time. That's improvement. And then I'm going to copy her and paste her. And we can shrink her back a little bit. You know, if her pose isn't really changing much, why reinvent the wheel? Alright, but I want to change that line to gray, so we go back over the swatcheroonies here and change it to like a light gray. Maybe a darker gray than that. Okay. And then we will draw over that. We'll draw a troll. So we're back to the blob brush, and we can draw the troll. He's got that nice chrome dome. And here's the collar to his shirt. That troll ear. His head is always 4 lumps. And with that lump there, his back. We'll put him in that chair because we showed him in a chair in the last one. Little armpit action there. Loops of his beard. Let's do this over here. What the heck? My beard's not that crazy, but you know. And then we can do the table. Just, you know, kind of do a little setting there. But, you know, I think that's adequate. All right. Maybe, you know, maybe we'll have like a piece of paper here or something. And I should draw her in a little bit, you know, just to match, just to meet the table. So I'm going to go over here to the brushes, my brush options, and just think that down to 1 point. Zoom in on her, and just, you know, gotta change that to the dark gray. And why didn't it work? Oh, it's because we got that. We got to change the stroke. So I'm just having her react a little bit. We've got this the eraser tool, so we can erase that mark that we had made before. I'm just going to erase a bunch of them. But it's still easier than redrawing her whole head and getting, you know, the shape of her face and the shape of that hair the exact same. Alright, and obviously we can erase this part. I don't want to mess up Troll's beard too much. That blue line will stay there because that's on a separate layer. Alright. We need to... What's happening? What is happening? Man, oh man. The thing is possessed today. Alright, we need to do that. And then we're going to go back to the brushes, bump it back up to 3 and 3 from 1 and 1. Come on. Man, I tell you. For whatever reason, it's not letting me make it. Jeez Louise. I tell you, folks, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We were doing fine with the other computer. Now this guy, he won't let me change 1.8 points to 3 points, and I don't know. It's just arbitrarily messing with me. But okay, we got it back to 3. And we'll change the color back to black. Remember, I always like to use the rich black. Blob brush. I don't know what is... See, I did it again, everybody. This is going to be kind of a jacked up thing here. Alright, let's just try this. Alright. Okay, that's not bad. And then the punchline here. So we want to do a good job drawing Troll. It's not, for whatever reason, it's not responding to my pressure sensitivity again. That's better, kids. All right. Troll can move when he needs to. He thinks the man's going to bring him down. He's out the room. Now you remember that we actually drew that one hand on the blue line layer, that black hand that's sticking out right now. So I'm just going to erase that. It's too confusing. Alright. Unlock the ink layer and jump back up on there. You know, the funny thing is that when this actually happened, I obviously didn't bolt for the door. But the only piece of identification that I had that had my current address was my Wisconsin concealed carry permit. Because my driver's license still has my old address, even though the computer's been updated. Like if I got pulled over or something, you know, it doesn't, on the card itself, it still has my old address. So so this lady's hearing aid is going off, and I make a joke about wearing a wire, and then pull out my concealed carry permit. So whatever. Hopefully she had fun with it. His little hat, a very rare 3D version of Troll's hat. Here's a very rare version of Troll's ass in action. So he's... See it? It's not... The dang brush reset itself. Again, just in the middle of me not doing anything different. These are opportunities for patience, right? So we click back on this guy again. Check out what's happening in the brush options. 3-3, pressure. Everybody looks good. And now it should work for a little while until it doesn't work again. Alright, so his sweet, sweet ass in action. We come down for the back of his leg. See, now this is really, really simplifying my strokes too. I have no idea what's going on here, kids. Gremlins. That's the only answer. It's the only conceivable possibility. Okay, the cuffs. He's got some back pockets. His little hoof feet are in action. Taken off. Gotta save it since we're having some troubles. Thanks for I got 4 viewers right now. I finally just looked over at the other screen. So thanks to all 4 of you for sticking with me while I bumble through this. It's not all operator error, I swear. So this lady had square glasses. And the pen just reset itself for no reason. I don't know much. Alright, there we go. So we'll give her a gape mouth. And some wild jowl action. Whoa! Won't somebody think of the children? That was her nose. She had a little curly Q nose. I knew it was something different. Why did it fill in those loops? Nobody knows. It does what it wants. I swear, I don't know. If you do know, drop me a line. The fidelity is set all the way to accurate on this brush. It shouldn't be doing that. think we're just gonna bear with it. We'll make all these gray, and then we'll be fine. She's got this little lace bib. Why? Why would you do this to me? All right. I'm going to knock this down, the brush size down to 1 and 1. And maybe just having arbitrarily changed something will make this work. Kind of. Okay, cardigan coming down. And her pearls. Stop. Alright, so as you can see, everything doesn't always go as smoothly, but it's all learning. Get that tabletop going up there. We don't want it to be a tangent again. Get this guy coming down, and we'll flap the line of the table skirt just to show some action in the wake of the troll there. Same with these papers. He's hustling every day. He's hustling. For troll, I usually just give him the kind of spade hand. Here you'll notice over here I gave him 5 fingers. That never happens. What was I thinking? I'm so flustered from everything else. I'm falling off my brand here. Alright, so we go like this. Alright. I'm going to increase the size of the brush. Who knows what that'll do? So we're going to go 3 and 3. And I want to paint in his shoes as all black. Excellent. And I think we're going to do a big rectangle there, and a rectangle here, and a rectangle here. Alright, and this one I'm going to fill with a gradient. Nice dark gradient. I want something. These are all so huge. I just fill it with gray. The gradients that I have worked out aren't quite right. We'll see how that works for now. We got to give it a black stroke. 2 points, preferably. I like everything to be 2 point. All right. Throw an exit up there. But I don't want that to be in Caballard. I'll just throw it in Myriad Bold. I don't have Myriad Bold. Arial Bold. Everybody loves Arial. There. And I won't even maybe bother with that vote today. We'll see how it goes in the background. All right, we need to draw. Sorry, this is a very chaotic episode, everybody. That's sometimes the best we can do. It's a very small line there. Brushes. What is happening with my brush? Okay, should be set up. Let's see how it goes. No, it is not. Right brush. There we go. That's better. This is a terrible line, but at least it's the right brush. We'll just take our time. Winston's sleeping on the guest bed over here to my right, and he just stirred. Nope. He laid back down, everybody. I thought maybe he was going to make a guest appearance, but he is not. Alright. Let's do that. That's a terrible line. Use my eraser tool. Get rid of that crazy little line. And then I just want something a little more. Boy, I'm just... This brush doesn't even have the same feel as on the other... it's on the other computer. You know, if I can't figure this out, I might just switch back to the Mac, and that'll be that. Okay, I think that we've got enough going on. Now Windows Defender popped up. I don't care. Alright. Okay, I'm going to hide the blue layer, the blue line. And we're going to work on the color layer now. We're going to put in some shading on this. So one thing that you'll notice is where Troll's hand over arches the door. It's covered by those dots. So we're going to change this over to white, this brush, and then just paint behind the lines that we have drawn for his fingers. And that's not going to work because I did that on the wrong layer. So I think I'm just going to have to paint this all white. Because I made the gradient for the door on the same layer as the black ink for the ink layer. It was showing up over my color layer, of course. So that was a complete operator error. I'll take credit for that one. This brush is just, look, it broke again. The pressure sensitivity just went away. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Just want to get this strip over with. Alright. Let's go to the color layer. We'll lock the blue layer again. We got the blue line layer hidden. Let's zoom out. No, we're not zooming out. Windows Defender just keeps popping up on me. It's probably saying, there's strangers watching what you're doing, troll. Alright, we're on the color layer. We're going to get us a nice medium gray. We got the brush. Is it... No, now all of a sudden it decided, without me changing anything except for the color, it decided that it's going to be pressure sensitive again. And we're just going to go in and start shading some stuff. So again, we're on the color layer, so the ink layer shows up above it. the black layer, you know, the gray comes under the black. If I was doing this in color, I would give her a nice blue hair. She was a nice blue-haired lady. Don't really have to worry about this too much because that's all going to be underneath the word balloon. Give her a little jowl shading. Everybody likes a good little jowl shading. These pearls. This lace. And one thing we need to add still is the scree from her earpiece. Oh, and we have to do the shading on Troll's shirt, or the line work on Troll's shirt. All in good time, my friends, all in good time. So if you're just joining us for the first time, I'm drawing a Troll and Friends comic strip, which you can catch up on at trollandfriends.com or at webtoons.com. Alright, this nice old lady. And I think I'm just going to take a light gray and increase my brush size. And then just fill her all in for this panel. Zoom in a little bit. It's very important to paint inside the lines, everybody. Hope you paid attention in kindergarten. I screwed up a little bit over there on the left side. I'll fix that in a second. So, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna stop streaming this one at this time of day. Or, come on. But I have so much other art to do. I've got a couple covers coming out for some D&D modules, or you know, some small press modules for the D&D game, and a whole bunch of personal work. I really enjoy horror. If like left to my own devices, I would rather. I love drawing the strip, but I would rather draw horror, I think, than anything else. So when you tune in, you can expect to see a lot of creepy, kooky stuff. Not like anything too gory, but you know, spooky themes or Addams Family kind of stuff even. So we're just filling this nice lady in to push her into the background. Since Troll's kind of the star of this panel, because it's going to be him with the thought bubble up there. But this all has to be done. It's a terrible hand. Alright, let me erase this. Clean that up a little bit. Over here above her ear, it needs a little help. What is happening? Stop it. If I pause too long with the brush, Windows thinks I need help. Goddamn Clippy. Alright. So let's save that since we're thinking about it. Okay. I'm digging it. Let's add some, we need to add some stripes to Troll's shirt. The plaid, as you can see. So let's get off the color layer, get on the ink layer, unlock that, change our brush back to black, and change the size to small. So I'm going to do 2 and 2, just like Chuck Woolery. I don't want to jinx it, but the brush has been working as intended for several minutes now. Spoke too soon. Alright, and then, you know, a globe shape looks good on everybody. I think it's going to be the new fall fashions. Globes are in. Alright, we got to do his collar. And now we have magically lost the brush again. I think it has to do with the Windows ink setting. I think if I hold it for too long, it thinks that I'm asking a question or like asking for help. And then when I dismiss it, it forgets what the brush setting was. Really, really annoying. I'm going to have to figure out how to deactivate that. Okay, so Troll's got his nose over here, like that, and his eyeball. And I think he's going to be looking over to the side. And his eyebrow there. Alright, and then as long as we're on the ink layer, we got to do our thing over here on the sky. Let's save it first, though. Wow, those are some terrible lines. I'll definitely have to practice and work out the kinks before I stream anything else from this machine. Yeah, see? I lost it again. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's losing the pressure sensitivity. Just randomly. Just in the middle of making strokes. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now it's back. Just because I didn't even change anything in the brush options panel. I just opened it up and looked at it, and it went back to how it was supposed to be doing it. So this has been my most challenging stream. I apologize, people, and my most challenging strip too. I think it's affecting the quality. It's not letting me go out on a high note. So my good buddy Rom Elwell from Michigan is an excellent DM, first off, but he's also one of my Patreon backers, and he's the he's at a level where every month I'll draw him some original art and just send it to him. And so I think that would be a good thing to have for the some streaming. You know, I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I shared the creation of some of that art with you guys. I was hoping I could improve that line, and it's just not going to happen. How many times can I draw one old lady's haircut? It's killing me, kids. I don't know what's happening. I should have just left it well enough alone. There's no reason it should be acting like that. And now it lost all of its pressure sensitivity. Gremlins. Winston, you were supposed to eat these gremlins. He's tired. She's the worst, but you know what? She is a minor character. Alright, I'm going to put a heavier line on the rest of the table just for consistency. Alright, then we get back to shading. Let me just save it again. And then we are on the color layer, what I call color layer, even though there's no color on it. And we're just throwing in some shading here. Throwing some shade around. That's what I feel like doing today. Alright, Troll's beard is all gray. Not all gray as you can see here, but for the effects of the strip it is. Right. For this one I'm going to take a chance and make the brush bigger and hope that it doesn't explode. Appreciate you guys just sitting here and drawing with me. Looks like it's been about an hour now, and we're, you know, I'd like to say we're almost done. Believe me, I would. But we still got a little ways to go here, especially because I lost my brush properties. Alright, do a little shading behind his armpit there. Yeah, if I kind of find out a way to fix these issues, we're going to be back to doing it on the MacBook, which worked perfectly. I just thought this would, you know, be sure to run smoothly. And I can look in the other window and see, you know, how many viewers there are and see the chat window and things like that. But we'll figure something out. Something's gotta give. Alright, I think that I will go to the Swatch Library again. a lighter gray and just gray this lady out again. Her and her weird hair. Okay. It's not giving me the pressure sensitivity. So I'll go over here, open up the brush window, change absolutely nothing, and here it works. Alright. And the troll's pants are always dark, except for the cuffs. Looks like a happy little mushroom man. His pants. I guess you could say that Troll's jeans are a fun guy. I'm as disappointed as you are, folks. Save your hate mail for the weekend. Alright. Then we do a little shadow on the back of his head. It stopped being pressure sensitive again. Alright, so then we got his... Oops, that's his ear, Jay. What are you doing? Alright, we got his whole beard. And his whole hat. His whole beard over here. Blowing in the wind. Alright, and we'll just do a little action on this chair over here. That was weak. I didn't like that line. The line didn't like me either. I've lost my pressure sensitivity again, and I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. But okay, I mean, you know, I think we're salvaging it. Pardon me while I drink. I might as well save while I do that. Oh, this jibba jabba got me dry in the mouth. Ooh. Alright, so we're going to go to the layers, up to balloons. I'm going to lock the color layer. And I think this time I'm going to draw an ellipse tool. Fill that bad boy in with white. black stroke. Actually, no, I'll fill that bad boy with white and then draw the stroke around it. Come on now. All right, that's probably pretty good. But what happened is we lost our copy. We're going to have to send that one to the back. There we go. I'm going to need to fix her eye. I have caps locks on, and I must have hit shift when I did the eye, and it made it small. Okay, and then back to the brush. We want control to be. Look. What? I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening, kids. All right. I'm terrible at drawing thought balloons. So we'll see how this goes. And then I can move this. I'm going to change that, oh my god, to, oh crap. Alright. I want to change the punctuation on this too. Alright. Now I wonder if this sign in the back is just kind of more confusing than anything. You know, it was going to be like a big vote today sign, but I think it's just more confusing than anything, so I'm going to delete the whole thing. And then this guy, I'm going to make sure that he's filled with white so that the shadow behind him, the exit's on there, so the shadow behind him doesn't come through. And I'm going to increase the size of this. What is going on? I'm going to increase the size of this type because he's yelling. What I really want to do on the ink layer is change all of her. Sorry everyone, operator error on that one for sure. Alright, I want to change that to be dark gray. See, I was worried about that. Okay, so that's all connected. So what I need to do is use the eraser, but it must be smaller. Use the eraser and just kill that right there. Kill this guy. And that will make that a separate object. The lady, because the lady's jowls were running into the line on her cardigan, which was running down to the line on the table into the troll, and that was making it all one huge shape. So now it should just be, yeah, a lady shape. So we will do her the same darkness as the other one. And then I can just paint in these guys. I think by making these lines gray and kind of pushing her to the background, A, it's consistent with what we've been doing, and B, it's such a terrible drawing, given that her hair just wasn't working, that, yeah, screw it. She's just going in the back. I think that You'll Never Take Me Alive Kami doesn't even need a word box on it. So what I need to do now is get the blob brush going back, make it nice and big. I'm thinking 8, size 8 to start with. I want the color to be black. And let's see how I can make the screeching of her. I keep selecting the shaper tool instead of the blob brush because they look somewhat similar and they're right next to each other. So yeah, it's operator error on my part. So let's see here. While I paused, it just changed itself. No rhyme or reason. This is not operator error. It's a tangent. There you go. Alright. Not too crazy about that, but since the blob brush draws those all as shapes, I can do a white stroke around everything, and maybe that'll give it a little bit of breathing room. Let's see. Yeah, not bad. I'll go one higher on the white stroke. All I'm doing is I'm putting a white outline around that black copy so that it stands out. Yeah, it's not terrible. Alright, and I think the last thing we have to do now is just... What is going on with that lady's arm in the last panel? I swear. So she all of a sudden got a black stroke on those shapes, so we're going to do that. And we're going to use the eyedropper tool and just pick up the same fill there. And we're good. We're saving this thing, this monstrosity. I'm like Pavlov, or one of his hoons. Got to drink every time I save. Should be whiskey. Alright, so I'm locking the balloon layer and the ink layer and the blue line layer. We're on the color layer, and I want to... I'm still not satisfied with that doorway. I don't like how big the halftones are. So I'm going to take the rectangle tool and draw another rectangle back there. That's great. I think that works better. Don't want to alarm anybody, but what I intended to happen actually happened for about the first time in this program here today. Alright, so then I just want to make some random shapes on the ground. you know, just to break it up. What I'm actually going to do is just go ahead and do it all the way around the frame. I did that backwards. Take those last 2 bits out. What I need to do is drop this guy back up and just have it do. There you go. Sorry, everyone. You know, the technical difficulties that we've been having today have me frazzled. I'm not completely up on my game. So now we're gonna pick a nice halftone pattern. That's not too bad. It's terrible. Okay, so that's not bad, but I want to go onto the balloon layer and draw myself a balloon. So we take our blob brush, not the shaper tool, the blob brush. And we fill that guy with black. Oh, we've still got the brush huge from when we were doing the scree. So we gotta make that smaller. I'm gonna say 3. I don't like that. I think since we have that toning back behind there, we really need to keep it. You know, otherwise I really like to go to the top of the panel sometimes, but that works. And then we need to draw white behind that, but we can do that on the color layer. And then just switch over to a white brush. Make sure the color layer is unlocked. Zoom in a little bit. We're almost there, kids. Now I'm feeling it. You know, it would be faster. It would be just turn off the snapping. That'll help. I thought this would be faster to make a shape. It's snapping. Stop snapping. So what I'm doing is I'm just making a shape that that is above the halftone pattern in the back. That's what those dots are called in old comic strips, is halftone. And there you go. And you won't see it under the black line. I'm going to save that. Miraculously, something worked. All right. There you go. It works for me. Yeah, not the best strip that we've ever made together, but I think it'll work, especially given the challenges that we had. So, like, welcome to the polls, Mr. Troll. I just need to see some proof of resident. Oh crap! Our hearing aid is getting feedback. I bet she thinks I'm wearing a wire. You'll never take me alive, Kami. It works. It works. And that's that. So, like I said at the beginning, thanks for sticking with me, guys. Those of you that have been listening. Like I said at the beginning, this was my last Twitch live stream of Troll and Friends. I'm moving over to a private YouTube channel on Mondays and Wednesdays for that. But Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. in our usual slot, I'll just be making some other art. So it's not Troll and Friends. I'll just be making some other stuff. So, yeah, make sure you follow Troll and Friends on Webtoons or trollandfriends.com, or become a Patreon at patreon.com/JasonBrownArt, just like it says at the bottom of the screen there. And otherwise, just tune in. I think you're going to dig the other art that I'll be making. It's a lot of fantasy stuff, some fun horror, and more arts and crafts. So some of it will be screen capture like it has been. I don't work digitally too often except for the webcomic. So a lot of it will be like a webcam shot of me actually drawing and painting on board and paper and canvas and things like that. So a little mixed up, but thanks for sticking with me. Sorry about the technical issues. I'll see you next time.